From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Monday, January 29th, 2024. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Rapid City Police are investigating the death of a man whose body was found in the area of Memorial Park Sunday. Due to the suspicious circumstances surrounding the incident, the Criminal Investigations Division has been called in to carry out the investigation. The RCPD says there's no reason to believe there's any ongoing public safety threat at this time. Anyone with information about the incident should contact police at 605-394-4131. An anonymous tip can also be submitted by texting the letters RCPD and the information to 847411. A former South Dakota Attorney General is facing a disciplinary hearing. Amy Rose has the story.
Former South Dakota Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg is facing a disciplinary hearing before the state Supreme Court in mid-February. The state stems from Ravnsborg's role in a fatal crash that ultimately led to his impeachment and removal from office. The complaint was filed by then Clay County State Attorney Alexis Tracy. She was one of the lead prosecutors in the Senate impeachment trial. Tracy now works for Attorney General Marty Jackley. The Supreme Court will hear arguments on the disciplinary case February 14th.
The Air Force has moved an undisclosed number of its B-1 bombers from Ellsworth to a Texas base so the unit can continue to train, while the military is investigating why one of the Lancers crashed. The flights are the first since the January 4th incident. The bomber was part of a two-ship training mission that was returning to base. The lead bomber landed without incident. The bomber was landing at night during inclement weather when it crashed on approach, skidding down the runway before veering off. The four-person crew was able to eject, but the bomber appears to be a total loss. The unit's deployment to Dice Air Force Base, Texas, includes several hundred airmen as well as the bombers. It is unknown when they will return to Ellsworth. In news from the nation and the world, President Joe Biden says the U.S. shall respond after a drone strike by an Iranian-backed group killed 3 American troops in Jordan and injured dozens more near the Syrian border. Biden's national security team briefed him as he traveled Sunday in South Carolina. Appearing at a church banquet hall, he said the U.S. had had a tough day last night in the Middle East and that we shall respond. He also asked for a moment of silence in remembrance of the slain service members. They are the first U.S. fatalities after months of strikes by such groups against American forces across the Middle East amid the Israel-Hamas war. Meanwhile, United Nations employees are being accused of being involved in the attack that sparked the Israel-Hamas war. Amy Rose has more.
An Israeli document spells out allegations against a dozen UN employees the country says participated in Hamas' October 7th assault. It claims 7 stormed into Israeli territory, including 2 who participated in kidnappings. The allegations against staffers with the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees prompted Western countries to freeze funds vital for the body, which is lifeline for desperate Palestinians in Gaza. The UN fired 9 of the 12 accused workers. The accusations come after years of tensions between Israel and the agency known as UNRWA over its work in Gaza.
Chair Jerome Powell will enter this week's Federal Reserve meeting in a much more desirable position than he likely ever expected. Inflation is getting close to the Fed's target rate, the economy is still growing at a healthy pace, consumers keep spending, and the unemployment rate is near a half-century low. When they last met in December, the Fed's policymakers said they expected to cut their benchmark rate 3 times this year. Yet the timing of those rate cuts, which would lead to lower borrowing costs for consumers and businesses, remains uncertain. Most economists say they expect the first rate cut to occur in May or June. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Sunny and breezy with a high of 59. Low tonight, 37. And that was your Daily Slice for Monday, January 29th, 2024. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jaquess. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.